You know both of them. Thor, god of thunder, wielder of Mjolnir, the Avengers' heavyweight. Marvel made him a golden retriever himbo who talks to his hammer like it's a pet. Zeus, king of Olympus, master of lightning. God of War made him a paranoid tyrant who gets impaled at the end of every game. Disney made him a jolly grandpa who throws parties. Pop culture has given us versions of both, but neither of those versions is accurate. The real Thor and the real Zeus from actual mythology are not superheroes. They are forces of nature, and they have never been in the same room. Until now. Today, we're answering the question that has launched 1,000 Reddit arguments. If the Norse god of thunder fought the Greek god of lightning, no Marvel, no god of war, just the original myths, who would actually win?
Let's start with the red-haired giant from the north. Thor is the most popular god in Norse mythology. Not Odin, Thor. Regular people wore his hammer as a pendant. They prayed to him for protection. He was not the king of the gods. He was the god of the common person. Farmers, sailors, anyone who needed a storm to break or a giant to go away.
And giants were his primary job. Thor killed giants constantly. He once wiped out an entire army of 66 giants by himself. There's a reason the giants stayed in Jotunheim, and that reason had red hair and a hammer. Speaking of the hammer, Mjolnir, forged by dwarves. It returns to Thor's hand when thrown. It never misses its target. It can level mountains. And Thor needs special iron gloves, Jörmungandr, just to hold it, because his raw strength would crush the handle otherwise. He also wears a belt called Meginjord that doubles his already absurd strength. Thor's feats are ridiculous. He once tried to drink the ocean. He didn't succeed, but he drank so much that the sea level visibly dropped and tides were created. That's not a metaphor. That's actual Norse mythology. He wrestled the personification of old age. He didn't win, but the fact that he wasn't instantly defeated scared the gods watching. He once went fishing and hooked Jörmungandr, the world serpent, a creature so massive it encircles the entire planet and holds its own tail in its mouth. Thor pulled it to the surface and was about to kill it when the giant he was fishing with cut the line out of sheer terror. And at Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse, Thor finally fights the serpent for real. He kills it with Mjolnir, the most powerful creature in Norse mythology, dead, one blow. Thor takes 9 steps away from the corpse and then collapses. The serpent's venom kills him. That's the crucial detail. Thor is not immortal. He can die. He does die. He's incredibly powerful, but he's mortal. His strength has limits. His body has limits. He needs his hammer, his gloves, his belt. Without them, he's just a very, very strong god who can still bleed. Now, the king. Zeus is not just a thunder god. He is the god. The ruler of Olympus, the victor of the Titanomachy, the 10-year war that overthrew the Titans and established the Olympians as the rulers of the cosmos. Let's talk about what Zeus has actually done. He freed the Cyclopes from Tartarus. In gratitude, they forged him the Thunderbolt. Not lightning, not electricity, but a physical divine weapon that can reduce mountains to dust. They also made Poseidon's trident and Hades' helm of darkness. The Thunderbolt was the most powerful of the 3. Then Zeus led the Olympians against the Titans. He won. He imprisoned the Titans in Tartarus and became the undisputed king of the universe. But that's not even his most impressive victory, because Gaia, the Earth herself, sent something worse. Typhon, the most terrifying monster in Greek mythology. 100 dragon heads, wings that block the sun, lower body made of coiled serpents, voice of every animal at once, fire from every mouth. Typhon was so terrifying that every single Olympian, including Apollo, including Ares, fled to Egypt and turned into animals. Except Zeus. Zeus stood alone. The battle shook the cosmos. Typhon initially overpowered Zeus, cut out his tendons, and left him crippled in a cave. But Hermes and Pan restored him. Zeus came back, and he won. He buried Typhon under Mount Etna in Sicily, and according to the Greeks, that's why the volcano still erupts. It's Typhon, still raging, still trapped.
Now, Zeus's power is not just physical. He can shapeshift into anything. He once transformed into a swan, a bull, a shower of gold, an eagle, an ant. He can become invisible. He can alter reality. He can take away immortality from other gods. In the Iliad, it is stated directly that Zeus is stronger than all the other Olympians combined. And most importantly, Zeus is immortal. Not just long-lived, not just hard to kill. Actually, truly cannot die immortal. Greek gods do not die. They can be defeated, imprisoned, wounded, but they cannot be permanently destroyed. This is the fundamental difference. Thor fights knowing he will die. Zeus fights knowing he cannot. So, if they actually fought, mythological accuracy only, who wins? Let's break this down into rounds. Round 1, raw strength. Thor lifts the world's serpent. He drinks oceans. He levels mountains with a single hammer strike. Physically, Thor is probably the strongest being in Norse mythology, and his feats of pure strength are more concrete than Zeus's. Zeus's strength feats are less direct. He throws mountains. He shakes the entire world with his thunderbolt. But he doesn't wrestle sea serpents. He doesn't arm wrestle old age. His power is more magical than physical. Edge? Thor. Barely. Round 2. Weapons. Mjolnir versus the Thunderbolt. Mjolnir never misses. It returns to Thor's hand. It can level mountains. It killed Jörmungandr in a single strike. The Thunderbolt is a divine weapon forged by the Cyclops. It reduced Typhon, the most powerful monster in Greek mythology, to ashes. It can shake the entire world. It's not just a weapon, it's a symbol of cosmic authority. When Thor throws Mjolnir, it hits. Always. But Zeus can probably block it with the Aegis, his divine shield. And Zeus's thunderbolt is faster. Lightning, by definition. Edge? Zeus. The thunderbolt is the most powerful divine weapon in Greek mythology. Mjolnir is incredible, but the thunderbolt defeated Typhon. Round 3. Combat experience. Thor has fought giants for thousands of years. He's killed armies of them. He fights constantly. He's a warrior through and through. Zeus fought the Titans. He fought the giants. He fought Typhon. He suppressed rebellions on Olympus.
But here's the thing. Zeus almost always wins by overwhelming power, not by skill. When Typhon initially overpowered him, Zeus needed help to recover. Thor has never needed help getting back into a fight.
Edge. Thor. Thor is the better pure warrior. Zeus is a king who fights when he has to. Round 4. Immortality. This is the round that decides everything.
Thor is mortal. He dies at Ragnarok. Jörmungandr's venom kills him. He can be hurt. He can bleed. He can fall. Zeus cannot die. Period. Greek gods are truly immortal. You can wound them, you can imprison them, you can trick them, but you cannot permanently destroy them. Thor can win every round of combat. He can land every blow. He can knock Zeus down 100 times. But Zeus will get up 101 times. And eventually, hours in, days in, years in, Thor will tire. Thor will weaken. And Zeus will still be standing. Edge, Zeus, decisively. Immortality is the ultimate power in any matchup.
So here's the thing. In a straight fight, pure physical combat, no immortality, first to fall loses. Thor probably wins. He's stronger, he's a better fighter, Mjolnir never misses. He spent his entire existence killing things bigger than him. But that's not how Zeus works. You can't beat Zeus by hitting him hard enough. Typhon tried. He literally cut the tendons out of Zeus's hands and feet. Zeus came back and buried him under a mountain.
The Titans tried. 10 years of war. Zeus won. The giants tried. Zeus won. Thor is a warrior who fights until he dies. Zeus is a king who cannot die. And that's the difference. Not strength, not skill, not weapons. The fundamental, unchangeable difference. One is mortal, one is not.
In a single clash, Thor's hammer against Zeus's thunderbolt, the sky splits. The earth shakes. Both gods bleed. Thor lands the harder blow. Zeus staggers. But Zeus rises. Thor lands another. Zeus rises again, and again, and again. Eventually, Thor's arms get heavy. His breath gets short. He's fought monsters for eons, but he's never fought something that simply refuses to end. And in that moment of exhaustion, one thunderbolt. One thunderbolt from the king of Olympus, aimed not at Thor's hammer, but at Thor himself. The god of thunder falls. Not because he wasn't stronger, not because he wasn't better, but because Zeus fights with a cheat code that Thor never had: eternal life.
So the answer, if you're going by the actual mythology, is Zeus. Not because Thor is weak, far from it. Thor is terrifying. Thor is the god you want on your side in a bar fight, in a war, in an apocalypse. Thor will fight beside you until he physically cannot stand.
But Zeus is the god who built the universe's longest-running dynasty on the simple fact that he cannot be removed. In the myths, they never met. They never will. But if they did, Thor would give Zeus the hardest fight of his immortal existence. And Zeus would win. Eventually. Always. Next week, we're doing something a little different. The 12 labors of Hercules, ranked from easiest to absolutely impossible. The lion, the hydra, the stables, the underworld. Which one was actually the hardest? And which one was just cleaning?
subscribe. The gods are watching.